We're gonna make the second figure. This one is going to be, as I told you before, a little bit more complicated. It may look apparently that it's so difficult to do, but it's not that much. We're gonna make it step by step, and you will see that it's not so hard as it may look. This is the piece, and we're gonna click on Start, Mechanical Design, and Part Design. The name, we can write piece 2. Okay. Let's start by picking or choosing our plane to work. I'm gonna choose, as always, or mostly of the times, the plane XY is this one. Click on it, and we go to Sketch. Now let's take a look at the figure. You may wonder, where can I start? What's my point to start making this figure? Well, as we have commented in the last video, we can find many ways to start making a project component or piece. We can start for this piece specifically, we can start by making this part first and adding the other levels of the component, and we can make all the piece. Or we can do it the opposite direction by starting from this point and then continue with this and adding this level and this level. It can be done from both ways. I think the simple way is by starting from the base of the component. We're gonna start by making this part, this level. For this part, it's a circle. Here is the size of the circle, 100 millimeters for the diameter of the piece. We're gonna add a circle in our design. We're gonna click here. We're gonna click on the region, and we can click somewhere on the screen just to fit the circle. Now, as the circle is selected, because it's in the orange color, we can add it a size with the option of constraint. We're gonna change the size. We need it around 100 millimeters. Okay, we zoom in to get a little bit closer, and now we're gonna check the figure again. We have done this first circle. Now we need to give it a solid structure like this in this first level. So what is the thickness of this first level? The drawing doesn't show us in a direct way the measure or the distance of the thickness, but it shows the accumulated distances from the other levels. For this part is 9.5 millimeters. For this part, it shows me the sum of this and this, 19.2, and so on. For each level is adding the size to the value here. So it's not difficult to calculate the thickness of this level, because if all this component is 41.2 millimeters, and this part here and and here has a distance of 35.5. This thickness is going to be the difference of 41.2 minus 35.5, which is equals to 5.7. That's going to be the thickness of this first level. We need to exit the workbench, and we're gonna give it the solid shape by clicking on path, and as we have said before, the thickness is 5.7 millimeters. Okay, we have already our first level of the piece. We continue, guys, to the second level, that is this one. For this level, see the arrow of my mouse, please. We can see the diameter is 56.6. We're gonna go back here and we're gonna click on this face, because the next level it's about this face, this level. So we click on the sketch. We're gonna add the circle on the center. Click to fix it. Let's check again. 56.6. 56.6. And now we can exit the workbench, and we're gonna calculate the thickness for this level. In this part is 35.5 from this part here, and minus 25.5. So this part is the difference of 35.5 minus 25.5, which is equals to 10 millimeters, the thickness. So click on OK or enter on the keyboard, and we can continue by the next level. The next level is this part. We need to check first the diameter 36. We're gonna add a circle. We're gonna add a circle on this part. Sketch again to make the drawing of the circle. We add the circle here. Click to fix it. 36. I was forgetting. I don't know why. 36. Okay, we exit, and we need to calculate the thickness for this part. In this case, we have 25.5 minus 19.2, which is equal to 6.3, the thickness for this level. 6.3. We click on OK, and the piece is getting a better shape. We'll continue. Now we need this part of the component. For this, I need a diameter of 42. We're gonna add it by clicking on this face. Click on the sketch. We need to add another circle. Click somewhere just to fix the circle, and I need to add the size. .42. Okay, and then I exit the workbench, and I'm gonna give it the thickness which is going to be 19.2 minus 9.5. Let me check. First level, second level, third level, fourth level. First level, second level, third level, fourth level. Okay, we are fine. Fourth level is 19.2 minus 9.5, which is equals to 9.7 of thickness. And we only need to do one more level, this part. This is easy because it's 9.5. It's direct in this part, and the diameter is 31.7. We go back to the design, click on this part, sketch a circle here above, click, and we give it the size, which is 31.7. 31.7. We exit the workbench. We're gonna add the thickness 9.5. 9.5. Okay. And the basic shape of our piece is done. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. Now, as you can see in the figure, we have small holes on the big circle. As you can see it here in this image. We need to add these holes, these small circles, in our design. We go back. We need to select the face down, and once I have selected by clicking on it, I go to a sketch. I move the image to put it in the center, and what I need to do first is these small circles are aligned in reference of another big circle, that is this one. As you can see here, that circle is of diameter of 86. We're gonna add a circle of 86 from the origin. 86. Click on OK. Let's check the drawing. Well, here I need a vertical line to help me locate these small circles. As you can see, these small circles are located where this line and this circle connects. So we're gonna add an axis here. I need that the software suggests me this blue pointed line. If you don't see it, try to locate your mouse until you see it in this place. Once you see it, click please and put the line, and you need to keep it blue. If you see it like this white, it means that it's not right, the line, because it's not in the same line that the vertical axis. You need to see it blue like this. Click again, and now we have a reference to insert the small circles. We're gonna click on the circles, and we're gonna click here. I need that the circle and the pointed line, both of them are orange, so I can know that they're connected, and I can insert the small circle. The size of the circles are where are they? Here. Each circle is of 6 millimeters of diameter. I'm gonna add the size. I'm gonna change it to 6. I'm gonna add another here down. Remember guys, I need that the circle and the blue and the pointed line, both of them are orange. Click, and I can add the size 6. Alright people, let's check the drawing to see what else do we need to do. Here, as you can see, we have another holes or circles, but there's something here that can make this kind of difficult. That is where to locate these holes or the circles. I will give you a clue. I will help you with this. As you can see, in this part, from this line and this line, we know we have 90 grades. 90 grades in from this part. The horizontal line and the vertical makes an angle of 90 grades. So by adding another segment like this, we know we have 180 grades. And as you can see, the distance between all the small holes, the small circles, it seems to be equals. So for this part, we know that here in this middle, well, in this half of the big circle, in this part we have 180 grades, and in this same part we have 3 same sections, here, here, and here. As you can see, it's the same distance from this circle to this circle, the same distance from this circle to this circle, and the same distance from this circle to this circle. So we can say that the 180 grades, we can divide it in 3 parts, and we can have the angles of reference to the distance between the circles. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna click on the axis to insert an imaginary line. Click here. I only needed to cross through the origin of the circle like this. Click, and what I need to do now is, if I know that the distance from this hole and this hole is equals to 180 grades divided in 3, I know it's 60 grades, the distance. So I'm gonna click on this line. I press Control on my keyboard and I click on this line, and then I can release the control on my keyboard. I'm gonna click here on the blue square that is constraint option, and it will show me the actual angle that I have between 2 lines. You may have another value depending on where you located the line, the axis, but what I need here is the value of 60 grades, and I need to do the same. I need to add another axis here. You need to cross the center of the circle. If the circle is orange, it means you're doing it right, because you're crossing the origin of the circle. If you see it like this, it means that you're not crossing through the center of the circle. You need to go through the origin. We click here, and we're gonna click on this line, press Ctrl on my keyboard, click on this another line, and then I can release the control, and I'm gonna click on constraint. I'm gonna write 60 grades. So now I had my reference to insert the other holes, the other circles. I'm gonna do it. Here I need that the circle and the pointed line are orange to insert the circle. If both are orange, I can click again to fit the circle, and I can add the size. I need it of 6. Another circle. Here, as I told you before, I need both the circle and the pointed line are orange. Click again, and the size of 6. Now we need to insert the circles on the right side, on the other side, but we could do what we have done here, but to make it more easily, we're gonna use a mirror command to make it faster. If you ask me why didn't I told you to use that command before, is because you need to learn to use some instructions here. When you understand the logic of this, you can start by learning another commands or another tools. So we're gonna make it in another way to complete the holes on this piece. If you go up here, you will see this icon that is mirror. You click on it, please, and as you remember on this part, these circles are symmetrical of these ones, so I can use a mirror command on my design. So I can choose this circle, and I need an axis of reference to tell the software where I need the other circle. I need a vertical reference because I want it here. I'm gonna click on this part, and I have my circle here where I need it. I'm gonna erase it to show you what would happen if I click over the horizontal line. I will erase it. I will erase it. Okay. I'm gonna click again on mirror, click on the circle, but instead of clicking on the vertical line, I will choose this one, and the result is going to be another circle here down. If I erase it, I'm gonna have still the circle because I have two circles on the same place. I have erased the other circle, and this is very important. If you have similar figures in the same part, in the same place, but you don't recognize that you have both, by the moment when you try to give it the solid shape to the figure, you will have a mistake because the software needs only one line or one figure to tell what to do. If you have two same lines in the same place, you will have a mistake. I will add once again by using mirror, clicking here. I will click here to make the reference. I want it here, and here I have my other circle, and I will use mirror again to copy this one. The reference is this line because I want the other circle, the copy, I want it down, and that's it. What I need to do now is to erase all the settings of this figure, all the lines that are not far from the original design. We're gonna click here and look for this eraser, the quick trim. Remember, you need to click twice to activate the function to erase all the lines. Wait, I don't need this. I'm gonna erase it. I don't need this. I don't need this either. This neither. I don't need this. I don't need this. Inside the small circles, we need to erase the small lines. I will erase this, and this, this, and this. And in each circle, I need to check and erase all these lines. I need to erase this, and erase this. It seems we have erased all the unnecessary lines, so we can make the holes in the physical piece. We need to exit the workbench, and now instead of using the path option, we're gonna be using the pocket. Pocket removes the material of my piece. In this case, because as I need holes, I need to remove material from this component. I click on pocket, and I will move the piece so you can see the representation of this tool. As you can see, here is showing me the holes, the drills that it's going to that the software is going to do to this piece. In this case, it's set up by the dimension type. I can change it here. Up to last. Up to last is an option that I can use to go through all the material. It doesn't matter if it's so big or so if it's so thick. If you choose this option, whatever you're trying to make the hole, it's going to be through all the piece. For the case of dimension, it will only make the hole according to the depth you write here. You can change it here. This is only an example. Let's change it to 2 millimeters. Okay, as you can see, the hole didn't go through all the piece. It's only on the surface, but it's not on the other side. I need to fix that. I go here. This is the tree of the actions I have done on this program. I click on this symbol, and the last work that I've done is the pocket. I will click on this twice, and I will fix this. I needed that the holes go through all the piece. For that reason, I will click on up to last and click on OK. As you can see, we have the holes the way we need it. We're gonna continue. We're almost over, and as you can see here in the image, this piece has a big hole in the center. We need to do that, and that hole, it tells me here the drawing that is of 20 millimeters, 20 with a tolerance more or minus 0.5. Well, we're gonna leave it in 20 millimeters only. We're gonna click here. We're gonna go to the sketch to make that part a little bit zoom out, and I'm gonna click on the circle. I'm gonna click on the region. I'm gonna spread it a bit, and now I'm gonna give it the size. I need it of 20 millimeters. Now I exit the workbench, and I need the hole. For that reason, I will click on pocket, this one. Okay. and I need that the hole goes through all the piece. For that reason, I will leave it in with this option up to last. Okay, as you can see, the hole is through all the component. Now, let's take a look to the figure, and this part shows me that it has another hole. Actually, is mentioned here. This hole is of 24.5 millimeters. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna visualize the part, the down part. I'm gonna click on here, sketch, the part below, sorry, and I'm gonna add another circle. I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna add this circle, and remember the size is 44.5. I add the size by clicking on constraint, 44.5, and we can exit the workbench. And here the depth is 9.5, the depth of that hole. We're gonna use pocket. Here in up to last, we're gonna change it to dimension 9.5. Click on OK, and we're almost done, people. The last thing we need to do is, if you see this part, the edges of the component are rounded. In our design are not in that way. We're gonna use this option here. It's called edge fillet. It's in this part above. We're gonna click here. Well, we close it. We need to choose first the edge we need to round. In this case, I'm gonna click on this part because this is what I need to round to make it look like the image here. I select it here, and then I can go on edge fillet. What is the size of the edge fillet? Here in this part shows me that is with a radius of 3 millimeters. I write 3 on this part, and then on OK, and I'm gonna check in which parts I need to round the surface. I need to do it in this part, and I need to do it in this part, and inside the piece internally I need to round this part too. I'm gonna do it. I select this part. No, it's not that part, it's this part. Edge fillet 3, it's okay. I'm gonna do it with this 3, it's okay here. And just to finish, in this part inside the piece, edge fillet 3, and we are done with this. You can see it, you can watch it. We are done. We can click on this cube, blue cube, for the isometric view, and we have our finished piece. So this is it, guys, for this piece. I hope you don't have problems by making it. If you have doubts or if you're not sure about how to continue, you can go to the part of the video as many times as you need it, but I don't think you're gonna have problems because this is not so difficult. At any case, I will keep contact with you to see how are you doing with this project.